Genshin Impact's version 3.5 is out now. That means our General Mahamacha Cyno is here. But for whatever reason you're not getting him, maybe you're saving for other characters, or you lost 50-50. Worry not, as you can still experience this electrifying gameplay. Hi, this is Earl Beto and welcome to the series where we take a look at awesome 4-star substitutes for 5-star characters you don't have. In today's episode, no Cyno? No problem. Before we start, please support me by hitting that subscribe button and notification bell. Just a quick disclaimer, this will not be a Cyno vs Razor video, as naturally 5-star characters have higher multipliers. With that in mind, let's see why our Wolfboy Razor is a very good substitute for Cyno. Number 1. Gameplay. Aside from the uncanny resemblance from their looks to animations, their kits are quite similar as well. Both Cyno and Razor are selfish DPSs, meaning they require a considerable amount of fill time to do damage, so you need to set up all buffs first before switching to them. Cyno's main source of damage is his burst, where he converts his attacks to electro damage while gaining immunity to electro charge. Razor's burst, on the other paw, will unleash a cute wolf alongside him that deals separate instances of electro damage aside from his normal attacks, all while increasing his attack speed. He is also immune to electric charge at this state. This leads us to reason number 2. Razor can trigger Hyper Bloom and Aggravate just like Cyno. However, in this video, we will be focusing on Aggravate. Aggravate has really proven its power since it was introduced to us, making electro damage build Razor more worth it and fun. To quickly explain Aggravate, this reaction adds a flat damage bonus that can crit. But keep in mind that although Aggravate scales with EM, attack and crit build will most of the time still output more damage. It's time to build Razor. First, his weapon choices. Pick your best offensive weapon with attack and crit main stats. For this video, we'll be using Blackcliff Slasher as this is a great F2P option. For artifacts, we have tons of choices. The 4-piece artifacts you can use are: first is the Thundering Fury, which is the best for this build. Number 2 is Thundersuiter for electro damage. Third is Gilded Dreams to capitalize on its EM and attack buff. You can also mix and match this 2-piece set, and you can never go wrong with this. As for stats, prioritize this, and depending on your team, you can opt to use EM or attack sense. I suggest to do a damage test first, as personally I prefer attack sense. But building our Wolfboy Razor is not enough, so let's discuss his team comps. Since we will exploit Aggravate, a Dendro teammate is a must, with Nahida being a top choice since she shares EM that increases Aggravate damage, followed by Yaoya, which is a great healer. And if you do not have them, the Dendro Traveler and the free character Kole are still great choices. As a selfish DPS, we need more supports. Animal characters like Kazuha and Sucrose, who can wear Virides and Venerer set to shred resistance of enemies, and also share EM, are very welcome. Attack and damage buffing supports that won't interfere with Aggravate like Sarah is also a choice. How about Bennett? I don't recommend him in Aggravate teams, as he can cause too much burning setting up other actions instead of Aggravate. Yunjin and Mona are also good choices, but prioritize those that were mentioned earlier. Lastly, Electro Battery and support like Fischl and Beto can increase your burst uptime and damage. Now that you know how Aggravate Razor works, it's time to put it to test. Let's first try his raw damage to Masanori. Here, his skills hit around 5,700, his burst deals around 2,000 to 3,000 on crit. Not so high, so let's try fully buffed Razor. You see, he deals a massive 45,000 initial burst damage and around 25,000 per hit when it aggravates. Trying it to the Mushroom Chicken, he deals 45,000 on his skill. In this clip, you can see that Razor dealt over 70,000 skill damage. Wow. And I can say that's a big difference. Let's see if he can take the Abyss. Grouping enemies first so we can easily hit them, then set up all the buffs and then go for action. From there, use his burst. If you like the thrill of being on field while having this cool animation, just like Cyno, I strongly suggest to give Razor a try. He is totally worth it. I hope you enjoyed this video, but before we end, I'd like to know, would you pull for Cyno? Why or why not? Comment your answers below. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Earl Beto. See you next time.